My name is Ivan, and I'm a producer, animator, and the main writer of our game Blood Will Be Spilled. It's made by our small studio called Double Quote Studio because we are really small. It's our only 4 guys, and we are based in Bratislava, Slovakia.
So talk about this game, Blood Will Be Spilled. What is this game all about?
Okay, so Blood Will Be Spilled is a 2D action platformer with tactical turn-based combat. It's a spaghetti western, which is taking place in a world inhabited by insects, and it's completely hand-drawn. And yeah, that's basically our game.
So talk about where the idea for this game came from, because I love the art style. I love the idea of these insects in a Western movie where you're playing as a mosquito and fighting flies and tarantulas and wasps.
Yeah, so we also, as kids, we always loved westerns, like movies from Sergio Leone or stuff like that, or currently from Quentin Tarantino, for example. And we kind of wanted to pay tribute to things that we watched while we grew up. And so we were thinking about how to do it in a way that would have a bit more character to it, and we found it kind of boring to be drawing and animating real people, even in a cartoon way. So we thought about swapping actual people for insects, as we found it to be a good fit because the world of insects goes really well with the gritty and dirty setting of Wild West. And also, it opens to us a whole range of ideas about the characteristics of the particular insects. So, for example, flies are annoying, wasps are aggressive, spiders are really territorial, and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So your game is a platformer, but the combat is turn-based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, it's something that came later in development. We didn't start the game with this particular type of combat in mind. But as we progressed through development, we found it that to really get the Western feeling, you don't necessarily see gunslingers run around shooting aimlessly at anything that moves. There is usually some tactics to all the gunfights in the movies. Like there is a lot of suspense and stuff like that. And we also really wanted to sell the theme of you being like gunslinger that never missed. So we thought that it would be a good fit to be really able to properly think out your moves and to kind of take cover when you need to, and to really like you move, or your mind works much faster than everyone else. That's the reason why it's turn-based. Like you have a lot of time to figure out your move and stuff like that.
And then you play as a mosquito, and you can actually have special abilities as that insect. Talk about the blood mechanic.
Yeah. So you play as a mosquito, and even though that the reason why he's doing what he's doing in the game is that he's out for revenge because he's been betrayed in the past, his wings have been broken, his proboscis have been broken, so he's hunting down those who did that to him, and in combat, except for shooting and stabbing people with knife, he can suck blood from his enemies to power his or fuel his more powerful abilities or skills, if you want. And those could be anything ranging from, I don't know, using a Derringer gun or using a shotgun to, I don't know, we've got something like playing a harmonica, for instance, where it stuns all the other enemies and stuff like that.
So talk about some more of the weapons in the game, because you obviously have like a standard 6-shooter revolver, but you mentioned shotgun and a harmonica. What other games do you have? Whatever weapons do you have in the game?
Yeah, so basically the main weapon that you use, which is really thematic for the whole Western thing, is different kinds of 6-shooters. Like the way they differentiate are in range, their power, or their handling. Like it could be much harder to aim with guns that weigh more and they are bigger. So there is a kind of this kind of progression, but there also is all the other kind of weapons are used primarily through skills. And what I probably also should mention is that our skills are divided into three categories that all accommodate kind of a different approach to playing the game. And they are, of course, called the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so, for example, the good is like your typical Clint Eastwood, so he's or Charles Bronson, who is everything's about the gun, the sharpshooting and the gunslinging. For example, the bad, he likes to get close and personal, so he's most of his skills are revolving around using knives and stuff like that, backstabbing. And the ugly, he's kind of a mixed bag. For example, he can use shovel in melee combat, or he got a shotgun or stuff like that.
When does your game come out, and what platforms will it be on?
Yeah, we hope to have it ready hopefully by the end of this year. So we'll probably, it should be probably and hopefully released by the beginning of the 2019. Once we have everything polished and all the bugs squashed, pun intended. And we aim to release it on Steam and hopefully on consoles as well.
Any plans for Nintendo Switch?
We would definitely love that, but no promises yet.
Any plans for a cartoon show? Because this would make a great transmedia thing with a cartoon.
Well, we'll see if the game would be like insanely successful. It would make sense. Like we really love to draw these characters, and it's also quite fun to animate them. So yeah, we'll see.